Hello, happy writers. I wanted to take a minute to walk you through the peer review process. At first glance, it feels a little cumbersome, but once you really understand the assignment, it'll flow very smoothly and you'll actually enjoy it. So much so, in fact, that at the end of the semester, when I poll students about assignments, which ones work, which ones don't work, this is the assignment that all students say helped them grow the most as a writer. So let's look at how to complete a successful peer review. All right, now let's look at what's due and when it's due. So you'll notice there's two different submissions for this assignment. The first is Friday, November 1st, and that's the point when you're going to submit your paper for peer review. The second is Friday, November 15th, and that's when you will submit the peer review paper that you actually reviewed back. Now, it's important to note that the Canvas calendar will only capture one of these in the assignment tab. So if you're not careful, if you're going by the Canvas calendar, you're going to miss one of these assignments. So make sure you note that on your due date somewhere else. Let's look first at what's actually due on November 1st. So this is inside the Canvas course in the peer review assignment module. First, I want to point out where it says read these instructions very carefully. Please do not think that completing this video, watching this video, takes the place of you reading these instructions. I'm not going to read the instructions to you today. So there's some stuff in here that you might miss if that's all you do is watch this video. So make sure you do both. All right. Back to submitting step one, which is submit your paper for peer review. And you'll see here that it says to submit your edited paper for peer review. And what it means to have an edited paper is think of that as the paper that you would be willing to submit to me for your final paper. You want to make sure that you've gone through and you've done all your spell checks, your APA checks, everything's formatted, and you think this paper is ready for submission to me. That's what you will submit in the peer review tab for your peer to review. If you submit a work here that you do not that you know is wrong, then all you're doing is wasting your peers' time. You're making them go through and correct things that you already know need to be corrected, and it's really disrespectful to your peers. It wastes their time. So if you don't have a paper to an edited point, you just need to take the 10-point deduction and not bother your other peer with it. All right, step two is to review the assigned work. So once you submit your paper, I'm going to go in and assign you another student who submitted a paper, their peer review. You shouldn't be able to see their name, but you will be able to see their paper. So you'll go in and review their paper, and you'll notice here that there is a rubric that is attached below for you to utilize, but to note that it doesn't correlate with your grade. So let's go down and talk about what that means real quick. First, here's the rubric, and you'll notice the rubric is set up just like your final paper rubric. That's what it's intended to. This is what I will grade you on when you submit your final paper. Therefore, this is what your peers would be looking for in your peer review for your students. Now, you'll notice that there are points over here, but the points are arbitrary. Anytime you do a rubric in Canvas, it makes you assign points. So don't get caught up on the points. It doesn't matter if you give them 0 points or 1 point. That doesn't change your grade, and it doesn't change their grade. What I am looking for from you is feedback to them about what needs work. So you can go through and you can leave comments inside the rubric, or you can utilize the Canvas tools to leave comments and feedback for the students. And that's also found in this same document. There's a video you can watch about how to do it, and there's also some links that Canvas has provided about how to provide your feedback. So there's two last things I want to talk to you about. One is where your points come from, and this is your rubric for your peer review. So the way you get points for this is by submitting the work on time, and second, by providing meaningful feedback. If you went through someone's rubric and you assigned them all ones and told them great job, you're not getting points for meaningful feedback because there is no feedback there. This needs to be something like, review APA formatting of journal articles, or you have punctuation errors throughout your introduction. That would be meaningful feedback. Great job is not meaningful feedback. And then the last thing that we need to talk about here is about late papers. So you'll see in here it tells you that there are no late papers for this assignment. Now, there's always some sort of little thing, like if you've been in an emergency, if you're in an emergency situation or you get caught up at work or something, that doesn't work in this assignment because another peer is waiting on you for this to happen. For that reason, if you do not submit these things by the date that they are due, you do not get credit for this, and you will just lose the 10 points on your final grade. So it's always a good thought to submit this early if you can, to be on top of this. Don't hold this assignment till the last minute, just in case an emergency comes up. You don't want to get caught losing the 10 points on your final grade. Okay, so just as a reminder, your final paper is worth 50% of your grade, and this portion of it is 10 points of that. So it's pretty substantial. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm happy to walk you through anything or answer any questions. I look forward to reading your final papers, guys. Have a great day.